Lately I've been feeling things change. We've been working hard, no sleep, get it every day. And I swear that we ain't stopping till we pay. Yeah, the pressure on, gotta make it work, triple play, yeah.
This is Triple Play Fantasy Basketball. I'm your host, Coach James Lewis, going solo this week. It's week 4, people. See a couple faces. If they're sitting there in the waiver wire, pick them up. Free agency. We're talking about safe candidates, a couple people to drop. We'll take a look at Sunday streamers, people that play back-to-back Sunday and Monday maybe. If you have an extra spot on your roster, let's get right into it. This week, the schedule is pretty even around. Teams either playing 4 games or 3. So 20 teams have 4 games. 10 have 3. Let's get right into our pickup candidates right here. Lonnie Walker IV, Chris Boucher, Max Strus, Bones Hyland, Kevin Love, all for different reasons. But these players are playing hot, and they should be rostered in all 12-team formats. Let's go with Lonnie Walker IV, starting for the Lakers. He is shooting guard, small forward, eligible. In the last week, 23% of America across the globe have picked this young man up. He's sizzling a bit. In that New Orleans Pelicans game, he had 28 points, 3 rebounds. He had 5 threes. He had a block and a steal. You got to look at that. When you're getting 2 stocks a game from this position, he doesn't shoot the greatest of percentages, but his three-pointers made is starting to go up a little bit. He has a little bit of chemistry with fellow clutch performer king LeBron James, and anytime you play well with that man, it serves well for you. Almost 17 points on the season. He's not a great assist guy for being kind of a wing guard position, but if he's shooting how he is right now, he's definitely getting the minutes, 32 minutes a game. He should be a picker. We told you to kind of watch, maybe pick him up last week. Definitely plug it now. Chris Boucher, tentative on trying to pick him up this year because you just never know his role with the Raptors, but it seems like it's prominent and coming off his most usage performance here last game against Dallas. He had 17 points, 9 boards, got a block, hitting 3. So when you get points, rebounds, you get some threes and block stocks, this is a must roster spot, especially with him being power forward center eligible on the season. In only 21 minutes per game, he's giving you 13 points, 5 boards, a dime, a 3, and 2 stocks per game. Max Strus. Spo loves this guy, and he's playing 32 minutes a game. And he's taken that position from Duncan Robinson last year, and we never knew if it was going to be sustainable. But the way he performed in the playoffs and what he brings to the table, a little bit better defense, a little bit better playmaking. Max Strus, shooting guard, small forward eligible, only rostered in 44% of leagues. He's a shooter, so his performances kind of go up and down, but he's only had 2 games where he has not hit the double-digit mark. And recently, he may have had his best performance of the year with his 17 points, 7 boards, 3 dimes, 2 steals. He hit 3 threes. And against Golden State, he was hot. He hit 4 threes, had 24 points, 37% from 3, give you 3 threes a game. And that has been trending upward recently. Bones Hyland. This guy has been killer from deep. In his last 2 games, he's had 13 total threes. He hit 6 against San Antonio. He hit 7 against Utah, and he was shooting deep whenever he's catching it. And if he's playing like that, Denver has a very potent weapon off the bench. And just his 21 minutes per game, he's giving you 14 points, 4 assists. So he's giving you more assists than, say, a Lonnie Walker. But he doesn't produce defensively. So if you're in categories league, he's not going to get you many swipes. He's not going to get you many blocks. He's mainly getting you buckets and threes, which is important. But in his last game, he did have 7 dimes. So hopefully that is promising going forward. He's not afraid to put it up. In just those 21 minutes, that's 11 shots a game. He's shooting 50 from deep, and basically 3 per game. So I say when shooters are hot to pick them up, and Bones fits that right now. Kevin Love, way to turn back the clock. Watching his game against Detroit was awesome. They put the ball in his hands and he was playmaking. And obviously, with him hitting 8 threes against New York, he's still a sniper. He hit 4 against Detroit, but no Garland, no Donovan Mitchell. He had to do the playmaking, and man, they are an awesome team to watch. They move the ball so well, and he seems to always make the right play. And hey, if he's in the post, he can get it done. Now, he's not playing 32 minutes a game. That's an incorrect part of the graphic. But in his minutes, which is, mid 20s, he's giving you 12 points, producing 7 rebounds. He's still giving you, 2.5 assists. He's never going to shoot you out anything. 2.6 threes on 37%, 46 from the field, all solid contributing across the board. Besides the defensive stats, he's not going to give you too many steals and blocks, but consistently throughout the season and power forward and center eligible, he's a safe candidate, 52% rostered, but you could do a hell of a lot worse than Kevin Love. Safe candidates that you could also be rostering right now, and that's Santi Adama. After his quick start, he's still, playing those starter power forward minutes, giving you 10 points, 6 boards, and 2 stocks. Now, if you have to choose between him and Kevin Love, you got to go Kevin Love. Precious Achiuwa in his 23 minutes per game, giving you 10 points, 8 boards on the season. He's 34% rostered. He's going to have games where you kind of scratch your head. And don't be afraid to drop him at any point. KCP, Bruce Brown in Denver. Seems like they just have a solid rotation, and then Bones coming in off the bench, lighting it up. In deep league formats, this guy, Doug McDermott's only rostered in 7% of leagues, but he's double-digit with 10 points, giving you 2 threes a game. Dougie McBuckets in deep leagues, give him a look. Also give him a look. Watch candidates, Troy Brown Jr. this week of LA Lakers. He's starting to play a little bit more. And on the season, sneakily, he's averaging 9.5 points, 6 boards. Drop. Who we got to drop this week? Derrick White, although he plays starter minutes and he's part of that Boston Celtics core that is playing lights out and shooting threes basically every other shot. He's not the greatest of 3-point shooter, so he's not really producing like you want. He doesn't stick with the ball in his hands, but the shots are going to Tatum, they're going to Brown, they're going to Horford, they're going to other people. Yeah, he helps make that happen, but that necessarily doesn't contribute with fantasy. So Derrick White, I've had him in 2 leagues. I have to cut ties. And then Trey Mann was starting to play well, especially with Giddey out. Giddey's back. He's back on the bench, and he's not playing as much. And he has efficiency issues, so I don't see him really you shouldn't be rostering right now. Let's take a look at weekend streamers. These people play back-to-back on Saturday and Sunday. The Nets, the 76ers, the Jazz, the Wizards. For the Nets, you want to take a look at that backcourt position. No Kyrie. Ben Simmons, don't necessarily know the timetable on which he'll come back. So what does that mean? Does Patty Mills play more? It's probably not the option that you're looking at. You're always looking at Cam Thomas. He's Mr. Summer League sensation with minute per point guy, not necessarily doing it here in the NBA. So who is going to fill that position? Is Joe Harris now a must roster? Seth Curry's just coming back. So take a look at those guys. 76ers, DeAnthony Melton, hot name. No graphic here, but he's definitely should be on your watch list with James Harden out for the foreseeable future. When he does play, he's a guy that can give you defensive stats. He can get you threes. So DeAnthony Melton is somebody that probably should have been featured more on today's show, but I'm talking about him now. And then the Jazz and the Wizards. The Wizards, Denny Osvia, Will Barton. They're not going to win you a league, but there's somebody that maybe you can stream on that Saturday and Sunday and maybe drop after that. And then you got the Jazz players that come and go. Walker Kessler. If Kelly Olynyk's in your league and free agents, he's been a bona fide fantasy stud this season. Sunday streamers, people that play Sunday and then Monday, and you get a Monday game, and then maybe you can drop them after that. Warriors and Thunder are the only two teams in that category. I have a graphic of Jalen Williams because I don't know if he's starting. He's coming off the bench. In his first game, he contributed very well, and since then, it's been a risky if you picked him up trying to see a rookie with promise. But I love the way he plays the game of basketball, and I'm thinking that he will take this starting spot eventually, and he'll get going eventually. But as a rookie, he has had struggles this week for the Warriors. You think about Jonathan Kuminga. In this last game, he had 18 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, 3 stocks against the Pelicans when they basically benched all the starters. I think he should be playing a little bit more. I don't quite see where James Wiseman fits in this whole thing. I mean, obviously, don't give up on the 2 pick, but I think Jonathan Kuminga does better in the minutes that he plays. And I mentioned Jalen Williams. But you can find Kuminga everywhere, and everybody loves a power forward, center eligible player, and he is that. He provides that in Yahoo. So it was a quick rundown this week. That's all I have for you. Again, follow us, like us, give us comments. We always respond back, and we'll be looking forward to you next week for week 5.
Lately I've been feeling things change. We've been working hard, no sleep, get it every day. And I swear that we ain't stopping till we pay. Yeah, the pressure on, gotta make it work, triple play, yeah.